All right, here we go. Doing our administrative things. Beginning of the live stream. Do, 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 do. All right. Hey, if you are just joining us tonight, welcome. Hello. And let's see here. Okay, administrative tasks taken care of. Now I can get out of that. All right. So it is another Thursday night, and it feels like wow, the last week just completely flew by. It feels like just last week, it was yesterday, and maybe I've barely slept or something, but for you guys, it's the first day of spring, like official spring, and I'm feeling it in the real estate market right now because we are busy. Oh my word. So, as we're starting out tonight, do me a favor, like you come here to the channel, like you found us. Welcome. I'm Aubree, as so many of you know, and we are talking about all things just the upstate, Greenville, Spartanburg, springtime. And I don't know about you guys, but we've got some fun stuff to talk about. It's always fun, like beginning of the year. And I feel like it's still the beginning of the year, though, even though we are halfway through March, which means first quarter is basically over at this point, especially in the real estate world. So we're going to talk through we're going to do our real estate update. I'm going to tell you about the market here in the upstate. We're going to look at the numbers, see our average days on market, see what's happening to the sellers here. Next, we're going to talk about some things to do, more so than I normally do, because I feel like a lot of people that maybe I talked to you, I don't know, last year in 2024. Some of you I've talked to as far back as like 2022, 2023. And we talked about what it looks like to maybe sell your house here or move, or you guys are just enjoying the area and you have questions. So stuff like that, I want to just make sure that, that this is not a one-time conversation. This is a conversation that we have over weeks and months and sometimes years about the upstate and things that are changing. It's kind of fun also to go back through all of our videos now and these streams and say, like, what happened? Like, what's going on around here? So we're going to go into some local things just about different festivals that are coming. You guys are planning your trips. I want to make sure that I don't know. There's only so much you can do around here. There is a lot. Okay, there is a lot to do. So I want to make sure you have the resources for it. And obviously, like, I'll give you some free resources that our team gives to you. And all you have to do is reach out and ask. It's kind of a fun thing. So we're going to do that tonight as well. So if you are joining us tonight for the first time, for the 20th time, do me a favor, go in the comments. Love to know where you guys are watching from. It's always neat to see what part of the country you're watching from, part of the world sometimes. And then also, if you are local here, let me know locally, where do you live? Are you in Simpsonville, Taylors, Pickens, Easley, Spartanburg? Where are you? Would love to know that because as we go in the comments here, and sometimes we have people that I don't know, you're not from here and you'd like to see where people live. It's kind of a fun thing. And if you're local, hopefully we can provide information for you too. So without further ado, hopefully you have your beverage. I've got mine, and drinking a Pinot Noir tonight because that's my favorite. That's what I do. Also, I've been drinking more tea. I don't know if you guys drink a lot of tea, but that's something I've been doing. But tonight just seems like after the Thursday that I've had, I think that we need to have a glass of wine. So anyways, here we go. Go over to the comments here. Hey, John, how's it going? Ta-da, from Jamesburg, New Jersey. And yes, it's going well. Hey, Eric, how's it going? Eric's local. I think you live out in Gaffney now, isn't that right? Let's see here. John's starting us off with a question tonight. I'm going to come back to you. And then Mark. Hey, hello, welcome from Florida. Planning to move here within the next 12 to 16 months. That's awesome. Congratulations. Hopefully we can help you out. That'd be a lot of fun. We help a lot of people that are 12 to 24 months out. It's pretty normal, but then at the same time, I've got somebody who I talked to literally last night, and their house is under contract and they have to come and buy a house like this week. So we're all over the board, and it's not just relocations, it's also the people that are local too. So, all right. With that, like, it's a fun thing. So if you have any questions at all, I answer those questions live. And for the example, before I jump into the fun stuff that I've got for you tonight, I'm going to come over here and answer John's question. All right, John, thank you so much for starting us out tonight. Thoughts on Pickens to retire for land and for new construction developments. So I have a question for you before, because I have thoughts on Pickens, and I think it more is important for you. So when you're looking at Pickens or retirement, tell me in the comments, like, how far away are you okay being from downtown Greenville or a larger downtown? If you had to drive 30 to 45 minutes, are you okay? What kind of grocery stores do you want to be around? What kind of small town life are you okay with? So here's the quick thought about Pickens, and I'm sure you've seen the videos that we've done about Pickens, South Carolina. It's a little bit further out. So I'm actually, John, I know this is your favorite thing in the world. To the map. All right. So over here, we're going to go in. Here's Pickens. All right. To get out here to the Pickens area, this is downtown Greenville. It is at minimum 30 minutes. And it's something that the main drag per se for this is this right here, 178. Which means in order to get to Greenville, you're going to either have to come down into Liberty and back out, or you're going to have to go across. And these are, they feel like a lot of back roads. Okay, go down and through Easley, go across here, across Easley, across Greenville, into more of Greenville. There is very nice communities out in Pickens. There is less development necessarily, just because, again, there's not as much out there. Now, if you are looking for land and you are okay being within, max 30 minutes, then yes, I think you could get down here to Easley pretty well. There's not as much down here in Liberty, and there is nothing up here in Sunset, Pumpkintown, Dacusville. I have a friend who lives all the way out here in Salem, and this is an hour away. So you come halfway to Pickens, and that's still 30 minutes. So I would say 20 to 30 minutes, and majority of your life is going to be spent going to Easley. And I think, yeah, John, I think you're right. If you're looking to retire and you want some land out here, not quite Pickens. If you see some Pickens, because that's Pickens, like the middle of it, city limits. Right here is where I would say you're going to find more property out in this area. So not bad. Also, right in here is not going to be bad. Not quite Traveler's Rest. I've also had some past clients of mine end up here in Dacusville, and that's not bad either. But once you start getting out here to like Pumpkintown, which the correct pronunciation of that in Southernese is Pumpkin Town. But Pumpkin Town for us our Midwesterners. And yes, we pronunciate things. But anyways, that's my quick thoughts on Pickens. And yes, Traveler's Rest is lovely. John, I think if you are actually Traveler's Rest area, don't look down here, look out this way. Don't get how do I say this? Like the cliffs are out here and there's a lot of land out there. But the cliffs is an interesting community. You can kind of get in there and then they don't tell you about the HOA and they also don't tell you about the building requirements. It can be a little difficult to get a property built out there because of specific builders. I would say typically home prices in the Cliffs Valley, which is they have Traveler's Rest addresses. Typically, I mean, I've seen homes priced as low as $600,000, $625,000. Typically, they're a $700,000 to $800,000 house out there. So, all right, here we go. And I'm going to come back to questions here in just a moment, but actually, Mark, Mark, you're new here tonight. So let's go ahead and have a quick conversation. And then I'm going to go back to the MLS. We're going to talk through some numbers on the real estate market, but I love answering questions. We are looking for a $600,000 home with a 3-car garage. From a brief search, it seems extremely rare. Is that the case, or are we not looking correctly? That's a great question. Let's see here what we can find. Let's share. So this is what you see on your screen right here is the back end of like Zillow or Realtor, or specifically it's the multiple listing service. And this is what a realtor uses to help find you houses. So if you are looking for a single family home, I'm going to set your top budget at $625, and I'll tell you here in a second why I've got the top budget set there. Let's go ahead and you said a 3-car garage. Sounds like there's a little bit of a story there. As far as, like, I mean, if you had more garages, I wouldn't be sad, but let's see. So in this price range, in all of the Upstate, from 400 to 625, there are 82 options. And that's what we see right here. Then let's go to the map. I would love to know specifically where you're looking, but there are houses. Let's see here. We even have, this house is actually just down the road from me. This is 4-car. Then we've got, yep, this is a really nice neighborhood. Bowers Road, out here in Traveler's Rest. This one's out here in Greer. A lot of times you get the 4-car, the 2-car on the house, 2-car detached. Houses like this one, just for example. And this might not be what you're looking for, and that's okay. But this is a split level house. Maybe a little bit older. That's what you're going to find closer into Greenville downtown. I would actually recommend, if you like this Greenville area, going out this way towards Taylor's and Greer, you will most likely find more. Yes. So the cool thing about Greenville as well is that you end up, let's see here. Like, this looks like a great house. 3-car garage. Ta-da! Really nice size yard. This looks like a 1-level house, which I also love. Being in Taylor's, that's a great location. So they do exist, and this is just one of those things where I'd say if you haven't reached out to the team yet, this is one of the things that we do is I set you up on a search, and then you get to see everything that is in your criteria. Being able to go through and say, yeah, that works. Yes, this doesn't work. If you're not in a huge rush, That's not a bad thing either. If you do end up being in a rush, I can help you definitely. But when I look at like this radius, let's see if I can actually run a radius here. Radius here around Greenville, I would say coming out almost this far is not bad. And I'll tell you why. Because this entire radius is about a 15 to 30 minute radius around downtown. Super close. And here's 28 options. All with 3-car garages. All that are pretty much, there's not too much new construction in here. It does exist. Oh, I just saw this house listed by my friend. This house is listed by Marcy with Caldwell Banker. Just listed for $625 like today. 32 to 3,400 square feet. I want you to look. You see the garage bays on that? Those are bigger than normal. They're taller than normal. Let's see here. Let's go down to the pictures. I want to show off the garage since that's what we asked for. That's a big garage. And then you've got the 2-car right there. This is a lovely location in Easley. And again, we're looking over here. Oh, that's not too terribly far out. It's not bad. This is a pretty decent little area right here as well. So I would say if it doesn't necessarily have a Greenville address, that's okay. And the big thing here that I want you to be aware of is that whenever you're looking around the Upstate, be open to not be right downtown. Just because, I don't know, Greenville's like a bowl of spaghetti whenever you throw it out onto the map. You've got, these long and skinny like Taylor's and Greer, and then you've got Travelers Rest or Simpsonville, which is huge, and 2 zip codes. It's fun. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. Mark, I'm happy to circle up with you to talk more about specifically what you're looking for. And that's a great example of like what we do here before I jump into like all of the things about Greenville, the articles that we find, and just some of the things that I want to bring to your attention. So I hope that helped. And if you want to know more information, or if I can help you out more, reach out to us at the team. You can just go through our website. You can email info@theaubreelewisgroup.com as well. Or you could email me, honestly, Aubree@theaubreelewisgroup.com. Would love to chat with you. Might take me a day or two to respond to your email. I'm not going to lie to you about that. I'm terrible with email. I'm better at text message or phone calls. But anyway, so without further ado, I got so sidetracked and want to talk about the real estate market. And then we've got fun things to talk about with just everything real estate here. So I went ahead, I pulled up our multiple listing service statistics as of March 10th. This is really nice. These were updated super fast this month. And here's what I want to show you here. As of March last year, we are actually down in inventory units. So I feel like a lot of people said, we're up in inventory. Like we've got more houses coming to market. Well, actually we're down 8.5%. Year over year. Same thing here. We're down in volume. Not as many people are buying houses or as expensive houses. Then average price. Here's what you got to watch. Average price is up 5.3%. The median price is up as well. Then we have our average days on market, also up. I want you to look at these numbers. So I've sold real estate since 2016, and being able to look at these numbers and say, wow, like we can see the 2 COVID years right here, 29 days on market, 27 days on market. A balanced real estate market, y'all, is 6 months worth of inventory. We're barely halfway there. 6 months is 180 days. So that's it. Like, we want to make sure that we are watching that. All right. Let's see here. All right. So next thing is, let's see here. I want to put something up. I've got something that helps a little bit, I think. Actually, Michael, do me a favor and text me the QR code. All right. So I have a QR code that we put up in our videos. It's an easy, just scan it, and then you can send us an information. So I'm going to put that here in just a minute. All right, but let's go back to talking numbers. So here's what you need to know. All right. According to the pendings, our market has definitely gone into like more, if this makes sense. So pendings, we are up. Volume, we are up. Average price, we are up. Average price is up. Look at this, 7.9% year over year here. It is up 6.9% here. Last year, the same time, it was 373. Now it's up to 398. Y'all, that is almost $400,000 for an average price point in Greenville. That's insane. That is so different. I mean, look, I remember back in like when I was a baby realtor and I was just building my business, and it was, I mean, we had, golly, I was building everything. My average price point was $165,000. Like, the average price point for Greenville was only $225,000. And look at us now. Like, it's only getting more expensive. However, we actually just looked at the statistics for this like last week, 2 weeks ago, and we are still about 7% less than the national average when it comes to cost of living. You go further out from just Greenville and you start pulling statistics for, say, like, I don't know, easily Spartanburg, Anderson, et cetera. It goes up to 16%, 15 to 20% affordability less than a national average, which I think is phenomenal to look at because, one, you're going to buy more out here. Your cost of services and goods, I would say they're relatively similar to everybody. But here's what I'm feeling right now. Today is the literal first day of spring. It was gorgeous outside, 70 degrees, really windy, but it was beautiful. I was outside all day and I took my phone calls and my meetings and I walked all day long. Probably I got my steps in. But Greenville is really cool. Like, we've been feeling the spring market. I tell people, the spring market in the Upstate really starts the last week of January. We've been running hard already for 2 months. And now we're starting, like, we were just jogging. Now we're running. And in a month, month and a half, we'll be sprinting. And that's something that's being able to work with somebody who knows the market and knows what's happening, knows what's coming. We've tracked it year over year over year over year over year. Like, this is year 9 in the industry for me. And like, I know what's coming. Like, you can watch trend lines. It's kind of fun. But also being able to say, like, average days on market are up. For the Upstate even. And I know there are markets around the country that things are slowing down considerably, but if a house is priced right, it's selling quickly here. We're talking 2 weeks or less. It's selling if it's priced right. If it's overpriced, then it's probably going to be on the market for upwards of 3 months. And that's a big thing. I had a phone call actually tonight from somebody else that is just moving here to the area. We've been talking for a couple of weeks now. And he's like, Aubree, is my home overpriced? And he's in a different market. And I was like, our typical rule of thumb here is if it's on the market for 2 weeks, an average of about 11 to 15 days, and you don't have at least almost a dozen showings, or you've been on the market that long and you don't have an offer in hand, it's probably a price problem. And that's okay. Like in a shifting market, we have to, we'll get there. Okay. But sometimes we have to adjust and it's all right. So, lovely thing here. Michael put up our, there it is here. Ta-da! QR code. If you are watching from your TV, that is a fun way to get in touch with us. So here's my one, I'm going to tell you here and we'll say it in the next little bit. If you are looking to relocate here, or maybe you're new to the area and you want to get to know the area, this is going to be for you. So first things first, let's go ahead and talk through this fun thing. I saw this today. I felt like this would be really helpful. All right, so you're coming here for Greenville and you're like, well, what am I going to do? This is not a house buying trip. This is we're coming to see if we like it trip. So I found this really cool article written by, and I hope I don't butcher the name, Jaquita Burka? I don't know. I'm going to reach out to her because I thought this was really cool. I've got to give her add a girl. Hopefully it's a girl. Just about this article. So it's 36 hours in Greenville, an itinerary. So you've got 2.5, 3 days, 2.5 days. And what do you do? Or 1.5 days. What do you do while you are here? Yeah, John, I think that's an old QR code. So thank you. We do have an updated one. We just have to load it. Thank you for letting us know. So this is just your itinerary, and I'm going to actually, we can put this in the description of the video later. But 36 hours, I get a lot of questions of what should we do when we come into town? A lot of people want to go and drive neighborhoods. I understand that. And I'm more than happy. We should have a conversation before you get here, or the day you get here, or the day after you get here, to set up a home search and make the most use of your time when you're here in town. But this article is really fun. What do you see? What do you eat? What do you do? So, I thought this was fun after paying $50 for a single sandwich in New York City. Nobody wants to pay $50 for a sandwich. So where do you go? So here in Greenville, being able to stay at, thanks, Michael. All right. So new QR code up there in the corner. If you see it, do me a favor, go in. And if you want to chat, let us know. Would love to get a quick contact. But anyways, so you're here. What do we do? Establishing where are you staying? If you're staying, I always recommend staying in a hotel downtown Greenville at least once, because once you live here, there's really no reason to, or an Airbnb downtown, something like that. This, it's just really fast. The Lazy Goat is a lovely Mediterranean restaurant downtown Greenville. Sobeys, so good. Let's see here. The Jones Oyster Co. I've actually never been there, so might have to try that. Okay, Nosedive is an all-time fave. If you come into town and you ask me to go to lunch, 9 times out of 10, we're probably going to Nosedive. Just because the veggie plate that he mentions in here is amazing. And I'm weird about vegetables, but I love it. It's great. But then you can walk down Main Street. Of course, this is not AI, y'all. This is an actual, maybe they've definitely helped out our color saturation in this picture. But, this is what Greenville looks like. That's what the bridge looks like. Go take a walk around. We actually went and we walked down there just on Monday, actually, as part of one of our videos. But go walk the park. I feel like as they keep like renovating and getting the park up to where they want it to be, it just keeps getting bigger. There's more places to sit. There's swings. There's just really nice paths. There's nice places to sit on the grass. So you've got to go check out Falls Park. This is a really good picture showcasing the Saturday morning farmers market that is downtown Greenville. It is highly attended. It is really nice. And of course, we have other farmers markets around the Upstate, but that's a great picture showcasing it. And on Saturdays, not just the market, but you can go to the different coffee shops downtown. So Methodical, Coffee Underground, and there's a lot of places to eat. There's a lot of places to sit and drink. It's awesome. And then we actually did a video a long time ago. I don't even think it's on our channel anymore. But these mice, there was a kid who wrote a story about the mice on Maine. And this is really cool. You can, if you haven't done the scavenger hunt for the mice along Main Street, you need to do it. It takes all of like 20-30 minutes to walk from one side of Main Street down and find all the different mice. It's a lot of fun for anybody. I've done it a couple of times, done it with my kids, and it's a lot of fun. Plus, want to note here, like, go see, if you go walk into Mass General, that's one of the stores along Main Street, being able to just, I don't know, enjoy it, and then go down, and you actually end at the Westin Poinsett. So you go from the Hyatt Hotel is where it starts, and then it ends down at the Westin Poinsett. Also, insider knowledge here, these mice every so often go missing, and they have to replace them. It's interesting. Also, I've seen them show up with little sweaters or Christmas hats. So, all right, this picture is actually out in Traveler's Rest. So Sunrift is like everything hiking and outdoorsy that you could possibly want. And it's right on the Swamp Rabbit Trail. Highly recommend coming out and visiting. Let's see here. You can ride your bikes on the Swamp Rabbit Trail. We don't actually talk about the Swamp Rabbit Cafe and Grocery too often. It is so good. It's very, like, they have a lot of farm to table stuff they have. It's just a good place to get a good lunch or a good breakfast, and recommend stopping there. And it's right outside of downtown Greenville. Artisphere. So mark your calendars. If you're trying to decide when am I coming into town, Artisphere is a great weekend to be here. It's always over Mother's Day weekend. And this is a nationally known art show with artists from all over the country. It's rain or shine, and I try really hard to go every single year. They shut down Main Street, and every year I try to like walk all the way down on one side and all the way back, and inevitably I don't get to, or I'm so tired by the time I get to the other side. But a lot of local artists are here, artists that are here every year from across the country. It's awesome. Any reason to party. I love this. Euphoria, Fall for Greenville. Just those are some of the bigger planned events that are downtown Greenville. The art museum downtown Greenville, it's free and you can pay to go into their special exhibit. That's one thing that I've always liked about just museums in general, is for the most part they're free, but then you can pay to go into their special exhibits, and it's so worth it, and it's not crazy expensive. So here's fun. This picture actually is for the pavilion downtown, and you actually can't get to it right now. It's sad. Here, like, they've wanted to, I don't know if they're going to renovate it or if they're leaving it an open space. There's been a lot of talk about renovating it. They do events there in the area, but but it is a nice place to get pictures taken and whatnot. And then the Peace Center. So you can go see Broadway shows here at the Peace Center. Recently, I just went to Hamilton here. It was lovely. I have many friends that volunteer here, and that's one of the really cool things about just local community here is people that you love these big shows. You can volunteer to what do they call them? They're the ones who like help you to your seats and make sure that you if you need special hearing things or whatnot for the shows, but you can volunteer, and it's what I've heard. It's a lot of fun. And then of course you can go to the zoo. So, and that's the picture back behind here is of the Drive Stadium. So all of this to say, there's a lot to do here. This is a great website helping you plan, and it will help you plan specifically for the time of year that you are here. So with that, let's see here. Mark, you say Coffee Underground is the best. Yes, I do love it. There's a lot of other coffee shops that are popping up around, and I think it's hilarious. Like, there's so many coffee shops in Greenville. There is no reason to ever make it to a Starbucks. It's hilarious. Anyways, all right, so what else is coming here soon? And I want to make sure you mark your calendars for some things. I saw this today as I was looking around. So the Reedy Reels Film Festival, 10th annual, is coming up. It's the 10-year anniversary. And let's see here. We've got March 28th through the 30th. I just think this is really fun. Like, locally, this is something I know that Greenville has been working hard to bring more people that are in this art to the Upstate. And I thought this was fun to make sure that I say, hey, like, make sure you go to reedyreels.com. And yep, I figured you would be there. So Michael, our much loved video producer, will also be there on the big screen. Figured you'd be there. So I'm going to have to make sure I get my ticket this year to go. All right, then we have other events. This is all tonight. Like, a lot of this is around what are you going to do whenever you come. And we've got GVL Today, which is a lovely website just to, be able to go and say, okay, learning about the area, learning about your events, so on. They've got a full list day by day of everything that's going on in the Greenville area. And I think they do go outside of Greenville. So if it's an Easley or Taylor's or Greer or Travelers Rest, etc., everything is here. Like, you're going to find, this is what I say when people move here to Greenville, or they start looking at Greenville as the place that they're going to land, and there is no shortage of anything to do. So the film festival is a great example of that, but this right here is also another good example of day to day. There's a lot. I will say this too. There's a lot that goes unnoticed. There's a lot of hidden gems that as you are exploring and researching, you're going to find out that, maybe I love the arts, or maybe, nobody talks about the Bob Jones University Museum and Gallery as much. And, it has one of the best collections of religious artwork in the world outside of the big museums like the Louvre and so on. So definitely pay attention to that. Greenville's a gem that has a lot of things here that I don't know. I just think a lot of people don't really dive in and figure out what is available. All right, so let's see here. What else are we going to talk about? So we've already talked. Man, I've got a lot of event things. Let's talk about this because I thought this was interesting. And my good friend Santiago, he shared this, and I thought this was interesting. So here we go. Spartanburg is ranked as one of the nation's fastest growing metros and is now on trend. So here's something that I have noticed on a regular basis is that Spartanburg is showing up more and more. And Zachary, don't you live out here in Spartanburg? I don't know if you're still watching, dude, but if you are, say hey. So Spartanburg is growing, and I have seen more new construction showing up out here in the area. This is such an appropriate picture for this article. I subscribe to the Post and Courier here locally, and I think it's a fantastic news source to just go in and say, hey, like, wow, like what is coming here? So Max White and staff wrote this article. They have a picture here of DRB homes, Drayton Mills and Spartanburg. And this neighborhood, well, one, if you like DRB homes, you need to talk to my friend Kendall Fox. She is a preferred lender for DRB. But definitely, like, here's what we're seeing. So it's grown about, I would say, almost 3%, and it adds about 10,000 people. Now, whenever we're talking about Spartanburg, according to this article, we're not talking about city limits, y'all. We're talking about county. And anytime we're probably talking about the areas that are growing, we're talking about counties. We're not talking about cities. And that's just something I want to make sure that you understand. But we've seen, I mean, this is a continuous thing. It's a trend, and it's continuing to rise. The population just in South Carolina in general is growing. The Upstate is a very popular place that people want to be. There's a lot of industry here. Here, my friend Santiago is mentioned. Hello, my friend. Welcome. And just being able to see, like, hey, they've got a lot happening out here. Now, they are calling this, there is some growing pains, of course, because when you grow an area, you're growing the towns, the small towns around, of course there's going to be some growing pains. I mean, I live out here in Travelers Rest, and we've been talking about it for weeks now. We've got some serious growing pains, and it's just something we want to make sure that, I mean, as we are going, okay, I find a lot of people want to be in the small towns, and let's talk about this. So being in a small town is so desired, I feel like, by people. And you're either way. You either like the city, or you need to be close enough to a city to where you can enjoy it. You can be close to the amenities. And what I'm finding is people that don't want the small towns to grow are the same people that they want all the amenities of a big town, a city. All right. We talked to the mayor of Travelers Rest 2 weeks ago now, and it's that. Like, if you want the small town feel, then yeah, you may have to drive 20 to 30 minutes to get to some of your main things. I would still say 10 to 15 minutes to a grocery store shouldn't be unreasonable. But when we're talking about our areas and what's growing, if it's not growing, it's dying. So it's just my quick thoughts about all of this. I think it's important to not get too wrapped up in, oh, it's growing. Well, yeah, there's a lot of people moving here. Affordability is there. We also have, I don't know. So Greenville is not necessarily the only city here in the upstate that has spotlight. Spartanburg is showing up in more and more lists of places to look at. Talked to somebody yesterday that they're very interested in a part of Spartanburg County. And they were like, is it really a dangerous place? And I was like, no, like there's pockets of areas that you have to be careful with. Yes, here's a resource for you to look at the crime statistics for the area. But over here, this is a really desired area. So I wouldn't believe everything that you read on the internet, not whenever it comes to crime and the so on. But definitely, y'all, if you're not looking out in Spartanburg, you can get more house for your money out there. The video that we posted 2 weeks ago, actually, we showed a Ryan home community. I was amazed by the amount of house that you could get for $500,000-$600,000 in Spartanburg versus in Greenville. That same house would probably be $700,000 to $800,000. That's the difference. It's something to watch for. I wouldn't sleep on Spartanburg County. Taxes are a little bit lower. I just like it. So, all right. So what else do we have here tonight? So this is fun. So it is springtime, and I keep coming back to the things to do and what we have planned here. So Kidding Around Greenville is another really good website of just, it's a resource. It'll tell you all sorts of things. So this was posted just today, actually. And yes, it says kid-friendly spring festivals. I don't think they are just kid-friendly. I think they're just fun. You have the Hub City Hog Fest. That's coming up in April. Imagine Upstate. This is the STEAM festival. So it's focused around science, engineering, arts, and math. This is fun. I see a lot more things coming up with 3D printers. More and more people, like they're more accessed out on the market. Let's see here. Historic Pendleton Spring Jubilee. Happy Cow Spring Shindig. Oh, that's fun. Happy Cow is, if you haven't tried their chocolate milk, it's amazing. It's local. Let's see here. This made me laugh. Spring means babies. Split Creek Farm. They're talking about goats. See? Oh, dear. Pickens Azalea Festival. This is one thing I've never been to and I want to get out to. So, John, if you're still watching and you're out here at some point, I have been highly recommended to show up at the Azalea Festival out in Pickens. It's a big deal. Greer does have a really good international festival every year. So we've got a lot of stuff coming up here in April. Italian American Heritage Festival. I mean, these are all over the place. Spring into Art, Simpsonville, Duck Derby. We've talked about the Duck Derby before. And 21st year they've done it. So this is where we're gonna, let's see here. Let's put this link down in the comments for him. So duckrace.com/Greenville. This is hosted by the Rotary Club of Reedy River. And look at this. They have a goal of having 14,000 ducks adopted. And let's see here. One single duck is $10. 5 is $30. Let's see here. You can sponsor. It's in 43 days. This is so much fun. This is a big deal, y'all. Let's see here. Prizes. I have always wondered. So you adopt your duck, of course. And grand prize is groceries for a year and a chance at $1 million. Second prize, $2,500. This is not chump change stuff, y'all. Visit the Rotary Club here. Second prize is the $2,500 cash. Third prize, golf weekend for 2. So cool. Duck Donuts is offering donuts for a year. Look at all of these different things. Man, we should totally do a video and cover the Duck Derby. That would be so much fun. Let's see here. Look at that. So this is how you do it. And you can go adopt a duck and you can potentially win prizes. What are the rules? Whoa, there's all sorts of rules here for rubber ducks. This is a lot of fun. Cool. If you are local and you've not done this, you should. It's a blast. And I mean, obviously, who wouldn't want to send a rubber duck down the Reedy Falls? Love it. All right. And last but not least, our City of Greenville website has all of our events, upcoming events, things that are coming, every week or throughout the year. And just is a good thing to keep on your radar. All right, y'all. So with that, it's been a fun time. Let me know. So here we go. If you are still with us, we've got a QR code up here on the screen. Here's what I have to offer to you again tonight. Is if you are new to the area, if you are local, or if you are looking to relocate. Okay, we have this really cool relocation package that we mail out for free because I love paper. I like to actually sit there with something and look at it. I still love maps and I want to be able to put my finger on it and see, okay, what's a distance to things. Do me a favor. Go scan the QR code and you can go into our website and request us to mail you the relocation package. And then also we can start a conversation around, are you moving in a year? Are you moving in 2 years? Or is it something where you've been thinking about it and maybe it's time to make your first trip and you need the map of downtown, or you need to just have a conversation with somebody that's boots on the ground, or you're ready. So anyways, you should reach out to the team because we would love to help. We would love to chat with you because we do real estate. We also pay attention to what's happening here in the area. We love to be your resource and your person here. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. So, and if you can catch me, maybe catch me at the Tasting Room and Traveler's Rest. That's where I was. I worked there for 3 hours this afternoon, phone calls and contracts, but talking to friends and people that are coming through just to get to know the area. So with that, let's go back over here to the comments. I feel like I've missed a couple things. Oh, John, yeah, you're coming here in May. That's great. Let's see here. 3D printing is fantastic. Yep. Oh, that's really fun, Mark. Cool beans. Yes. Mark, you should let us know the next time you're going to be here. Would love to meet up and say hey. All right. Well, thanks for everybody who joined us tonight. Appreciate it. And next week we will be here, same time, same place, Thursday night. Tell your friends, share the video if you haven't, and subscribe to our YouTube channel because we're always putting out content like this. Videos drop on Sundays, and then we do this live stream every Thursday night. So that's it. Hope you guys have a fantastic weekend coming up, and if you are in areas where there are storms coming through, because we are in the thick of tornado season, I think I saw a hurricane kind of coming up somewhere. Stay safe, and I will catch you guys next week, same time, same place. Chat with you later.